Hello everyone, Johnny here. Today in this session we will try to discuss about array methods, that is a list of array methods, how we can use it, all predefined methods. Let us start with first method, length. For example, I have created array literal here 10, 20 and 30. I have 3 elements. If I want to calculate the length of it, if I want to calculate the length of an array, we can use length method in this array. Like for example, console.log a.length method, which will try to give us the length of this array. Let us check. Let us save this file. Console. So we got an array length as 3 for line number 13. So length is used to return the length of a given array, and the return type will be of this will be a number. Next one, let us look into the method called shift. We generally use shift method to remove the first item of an array. In the sense, if I want to remove the first element of an array, we use shift method. For suppose I have an array like this, the same array elements 10, 20, 30 and 40. When I use shift for this, it will try to remove the first array element. It means it will try to change the length of an array, as well as it will try to display the removed element. For example, when I type like this, console.log of sh.shift, let us see what would be the output of the snippet now. If we can see here, we got 10. It means it will remove the first array element. For suppose if I want to display all the array elements, let us check whether it has been removed or not. We can write sh. If we can see the snippet here, we got 20, 30 and 40. It means it will try to display the rest of array elements. So the first element has been removed successfully. So the return value of this shift method will be the value which has been removed from the array. For example, if I want to do the same thing, for example, I have an empty array here, variable sha, sorry, array sha. I am trying to declare an array literal here. In this I am trying to write console.log of sha dot shift. So what would be the output of the snippet now? So as we don't have any elements here, we will be getting undefined. So by default, data type of a JavaScript is undefined. If we can see in this example, even if you are trying to remove the first element of an array, as it is empty, as the array is empty here, we got undefined. Now let us look into the next method, unshift. Unshift is used to add an element at the beginning of an array. Unshift is used to add the element at the beginning of an array. So let us see how it goes. Variable unshift equals to 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Whenever I am trying to use console.log the array name and unshift operation, and we are trying to write, as we know, the unshift will try to add the element at the beginning of an array. For example, I am trying to write 66 now. Let us see how it goes. You got the length of this array, but if I want to make sure how it has been inserted, like if I write console.log unshift, that is the array name here, we got all the list of array elements. For example, as it is accepted as a string, for example, if we can also insert as numbers, see, we got the list of, it has been inserted at the beginning of an array. So shift and unshift. Shift will try to remove the element from the first element, whereas unshift will try to add the element at the beginning of an array. This is the main difference between shift and unshift. So it will try to change the length of an array. For example, as we have inserted that, it has changed the length of it. That is based upon the elements we have pushed. For example, if I have placed something like this, 66, 25. I have placed 66, 25. Can you see? It has added 66 and 25 at the beginning of an array. So unshift is used to add a single element, or else we can add multiple elements also. Let us see the next method, pop. For example, I have an array here, 10, 20, 30 and 40. In this array, for example, I want to remove an element. I want to remove an element from the end of an array. We can use console.log p.pop. So p.pop will generally try to remove this element from the end of an array. Always remember, shift and unshift at the beginning of an array and pop at end of an array. Push is also at the end of an array. So here when we write this statement, what did we get? Let us see now. Can you see? The element 40 has been removed from the end. When I am trying to echo the complete array now, when I am trying to display the complete array elements, we got the rest of array elements and the 40 has been removed. Next one, push. For example, we have taken 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We have 10, 20, 30 and 40 and 50. As we have already discussed, like pop and push is used to at the beginning of an array. Pop to remove an element, push to insert an element, but both will try to perform operation at end of an array. Now if I am trying to write 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and I am trying to write console.log, I am just trying to insert some value like push. I am trying to insert an element like 70. So what would be the output of this snippet? You got how many elements has been inserted in it. It means push will have a return type. It will return the length of an array. But when I am trying to echo the complete array here, for example, when I am trying to display the complete array elements, so we got 10, 20, 30, 50 and 70. Can you see? The 70 has been pushed at the end of an array. So shift and unshift at the beginning, push and pop at the end of an array. Now let us discuss next method, index of. What is the use of index of? Index of will try to give the index of an array element. For example, in the list of elements in an array, it will try to find out the index of it. Let us write variable that is array name 10, 20, 40 and 50. If you can see here, we have declared an array and the value is the array is storing the array elements that has 10, 30 and 40 with a 0 index, 1 and 2. Now if I want to make sure to check the index of it, for example, I dot index of, I am trying to check index of 30. If you can see here, I dot index of is not a function, sorry, it is caps. Now we will get, yes, it is 1, in the sense 0 and 1. For example, if I have taken the same statement, and I am trying to write index of 100 here, index of 100. So whenever we don't have an element, the index of will try to return -1. So let us see how it goes. Sorry, you got -1. Line number 41 is -1 and line number 40 is 1. For example, I have written the same statement. Here. You can see, check, it is trying to print the index position, that is the values. For example, 40, where the 40 is stored here, 0, 1 and 2. Let us see now. You got 2. So index of will try to give us the index of an array element. It accepts one argument If it element is there, it returns 1. If it is not there, it returns -1. Or else based upon the position. For example, as 40 is in the position of 2, it will try to return that index, or else it will try to return as -1. The return type of this index is a number. The return type of this index will be a number. Next one, what would be the return type of push then? It is the new array length. As we got 6 here, the new array length it will try to display. Next one, let us see last index of. We have, let me copy this instead of writing it again and again. So I'm trying to take last index. For example, I have written 20, 50, 60. I have written this list of array elements in this. Now in this I am trying to write a last index of li last index of. As you know this notation, right? So for example, I am trying to write last index of 30. Let us see. Can you see 2 here? It means 0, 1 and 2. It will try to print the last occurrence of this element. For example, I am trying to write 30 is been here, so it is getting some in this way. For example, assume 30, we have it here again. We got 2 in the last case, but now if you can see, we got 8 and 8. So I have taken this element again. Let me check with 50 now. Sorry, 50. We got 6. In the sense 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will try to print the last index, the last occurrence of it. If it has only one occurrence, it will try to print that index value. That is last index of. Here also the return type is number. Can you see the return type? We got the return type as number. Now let us look into the next method, includes. What is the use of includes? For example, we can check whether the one element is present in an array or not. If I want to check whether the element is present in an array, it will try to return as true. If the element is not there, it will try to return as false. If let us look into some examples so that it will be easy for us. So I'm trying to write. So I'm trying to take some array elements here like 10, 20, 40, and what is the method we are trying to discuss now? Includes. So inc dot includes. So we can take any of the variable name here. So I'm trying to write includes of 30 and includes of 500. Inc dot includes of 500. If you can see here, so let me save this file. Yes, we can see here true and false. It means if you can see here, if the element is present in the array, it returns true. If the element is not there, it returns false. In the previous case, index of it will try to return as -1, or else it will try to return the position of it. But in includes, it will try to give us a boolean value saying that true or false based upon the element existence. Next one is join. For suppose we have an array like this. Let me take the same method. So I have something like jo, and in this I'm trying to write jo dot. Let me erase this one, and I'm trying to use a method called join here. Join. In this join, I'm just trying to take a hyphen symbol. Can you see we got some hyphen symbol in between it? If I place some star or underscore based upon the character whatever we give between this join, it will try to assign between each and every array element. So what is the use of join? Join is used to convert any array into string. For example, if I want to using a delimiter. For example, what is the delimiter here? Hyphen. We can use comma, we can use any value. For example, if I have placed the same value, for example, I have given like this. Can you see? So based upon these values, it is trying to perform, like based upon this it is trying to perform the operation. So what is the return type for this join? The return type would be a string. Next one, we will look into reverse. For example, we have the same array here. We have the same array. I'm trying to use a reverse method. We have already done a program for performing the reverse of an array elements without using predefined methods. In this I'm trying to write a reverse here. Let us see the snippet. We got 30, 60, 50, 20, yes, it is going fine. So reverse is always used to perform in this operation. So which is used to print the array elements in the reverse order. So what would be the return type of it? Return type is an array here. You can see in the console, like line number 61, 61, yes. So reverse has a return type as array. Next one, let us see concat. If you can see this concat is used to combine two arrays. For example, if I want to join two arrays, we can use this concat method. It will try to give us a new array. For example, I have used variable r equals to 10, 20, and 30, and I have taken r dot concat. Let me put this in the block, like let me echo it here itself, that is display here itself, console.log. You can also write the same method in this browser console also. No need to type in this way. You can just type in this browser console, so you will get. So here 10, 20, 30, 40. So concat method is used to combine two or more arrays. Like if I want to join something, then we can use this thing. So what would be the return type of it? The return type of the concat is also a array. Next one is for each. Next one, for each. What is the use of for each? For example, if I have something like I want to check each and every value. I want to check each and every value based upon the condition. Like it will try to read the data from the array, and it will have some callback function, and it has two values like value and index. So based upon this, it will try to match the values. For example, let us see an example here. Array equals to 10, 20, 30. Let me take yes, I have taken array name in this way. In this array I am trying to write dot for each function. As we have discussed, it will have two arguments, value and index, in this console.log of value. Let us check the output of the snippet now. Yes, we have done everything right. Yes, it's done. Like for each, we got some error here. Yes, we have done something wrong. Yes, we haven't closed it. Like we were passing this line number 69, sorry. We got it. We got each and every element here. So it is trying to iterate the values based upon this callback function, and this callback function will take an argument here, which has again two arguments, that is value and index, and it is trying to echo the value. Let me discuss the same thing for every. What is the use of every? Every is used to check whether the all elements will pass this particular condition or not. Based upon this condition, if it is trying to pass the condition, it will try to return as true, the boolean value, or else it will try to return as false. If minimum one element in the array is not satisfied, for example, we have list of array elements, and if at least one of the array element is not able to satisfy the condition, it will try to return as false. So let us write some condition here. I'm trying to write some values here. So we are trying to declare an array here. In this array Now what we do is that we will just try to write every method here. Every dot, we are trying to create a callback function valued and argument as an index. In this we have done the same mistake. Now in the previous case, return value greater than 5. Return value greater than 5. If it is greater than 5 only, it will try to return the same. Now if you can see here, did you get something? No. Now console.log of, let me put this value in some variable, like let us put something here. Let me put this in the variable. Now let us see. We got true. For example, if I have written 50 here, as we have discussed, every means each and every element should be able to pass, then only it will try to return as true, or else it will try to return as false. Now you see, we will get answer as false. At least if one element is not able to satisfy the condition, it will try to return as false. Then what is the use of sum? Sum is used to check array based upon the condition, and it will try to return as a boolean value. If one of the element is able to satisfy, then it returns true, or else if the no element is trying to satisfy this condition, it returns false. Now if we can see here, I am trying to take the same thing, but we are trying to write sum are I am trying to write. Now if we can see here, we are trying to check whether every element has, some elements has been passing this condition. So let me put 40 here. Now if we can see, we got false. If at least minimum one element is able to satisfy the condition, it will try to given as a 40. Let us see if somewhere we have done wrong. Some error, yes. Now let us see. If we can see in the line number 85, we are getting some error. The value and condition, we are trying to check if the value is greater than 40. So let me put 5 here, or else no, we are getting it as false. Why is it so? Like we have written the array name some are is 10, 30, 40, 50. Some are, we didn't write sum here. We have just copied the same snippet in the above, right? Now if you can see, we got true. We were just trying to copy the same syntax, right? So we got in this way. So sum will try to check whether every element is able to satisfy the condition. Next one, filter. If you can see filter here, filter is somewhat different. Like for each, every and sum is like it will try to check the condition. It will try to traverse all the elements. But filter, based upon the condition, if it is trying to, if the condition is matching, it will try to create a new array. It means it will try to separate those array elements. So for example, let me take the same example so that we can understand it, what is the difference between each and everything. So I'm trying to take, I'm trying to write here, and I have used filter here. In this filter, I'm trying to check whether it is greater than 10. So if we can see here, we have written some condition like filter greater than 30. Let us see how it goes. Can you see? Based upon the condition, it is trying to create a new array. So if the array is if it is able to match this condition, like if it is able to filter the elements, then it will try to create as a new array. So here if it is not that, then it will try to create as an empty array, but it is trying to match the conditions. So we got in that way, filter is done. So these are the very important methods for writing the complex codes. Like we use every, sum, for each, and all these things based upon the notations. For example, next one let us see slice. Let us see slice here. What is the use of slice? Slice will try to take two arguments. First argument will try to represent the starting index, and the next argument will try to represent like where we need to end. In the sense, first argument and second argument we will try to subtract it, and the resultant elements we will try to erase it. So let us look into some code that it will be easy for us. SL equals to 10, 20, 30 and 40. So here we will have first two arguments. First argument's way to start, next argument way to end, and we will try to differentiate it, in the sense we will subtract it and we will try to remove the elements. I am trying to write console.log sl.slice of 1 and 3. If you can see 1 and 3 here. Let us see how it goes. 20 and 30. It means it is able to start from 1 and it is trying to give us the last position as 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. In the sense, it will try to remove those elements, that is 1 and 2. Except the last element, it will try to remove all those elements. So it will not consider the third position. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So it will start from 1, the index value, and the next one is 2. So it will try to erase those two elements. In the sense, remove those two elements. Let us see the use of splice now. What is the use of splice? For example, we have a method like this, Control C, Control V. I am trying to use the same thing, splice. I am trying to use splice here. So splice will have three arguments. First one is where we need to insert, how many to delete, and how many to update. For example, if it has only two arguments, the first argument indicates from where we need to start, and the second argument indicates how many elements we want to delete, and the third argument indicates how many elements we need to insert. For example, let me take a small example. I am trying to write splice of 1, 1. It means it will start from, this is 0th position, this is first position. So it will start from the first position and it will try to remove only the one element. Yes, 20 has been removed. For example, in the same array, if I have written something like this, 1, 3, it means how many elements it will try to remove. So it will start from the first position, 0 and 1. So it will try to remove the based on the elements. If you can see here, you got it. For example, if I have written 1, 1, it is trying to remove this one. If I have written 1, 2, then 20 and 30 has been erased. For example, in the same argument, as we have discussed, first argument way to start, next argument how many elements we want to delete, and the third argument we can insert. For example, I have written something like this, 100 and 200 and 300 also, and in the place of 2 I have kept 0. In the place of 2 I have placed 0. 0 indicates we should not delete any element. 1 indicates way to start, and the parameter from the third argument, it indicates how many elements we can insert. So it will try to insert the rest of elements. If you can see here, slice, what is the line number here? 30. Splice of 1, 0, and we got an empty array here. Why did we get an empty array? We have written 1, 0, 100, 200 and 300, and we have started with 0 value. Yes. So if you can see here, let me write one element, or else 1, 1 and 100. If I write in this way, we got 10. Okay, the thing is like one. Let me undo this. Control Z. I have written in this. Sorry. We got empty array. Let me echo this array. So generally the splice will try to display, we got it here, it will try to display the removed elements, right? So here I am trying to echo it. If you can see, it is trying to perform as we have expected from the one position, that is 0 and 1. It is trying to insert 100, 200 and 300. 0 indicates no deletion, so 10 is there as it is, 100, 200, 300. Then after 20, 30, 40, we got the exact output what we have desired. This is a slice and splice. Slice will try to take two arguments and it will try to subtract the second argument with the first argument, and except the second argument value, it will try to differentiate. 1 minus 3 means 2, so it will try to delete from the first position the two elements. Next one, splice will have three arguments. First argument, where to start, next argument, how many to delete, and the third argument, how many to insert. So based upon this, it will try to insert this array elements. Now let us see the next method. What we will try to see is that map. In everywhere we can see this map is very complicated. So before trying to discuss this, let us have a small basic intro for this. Like a map is used to perform same operation for the each and every array element. If I want to perform the same operation on each and every array element, then we can use this map. Sometimes, for example, I have an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For each and every array element, I want to multiply the value of 5. So generally in the for loop, we can write the same thing using for loop. Like we can multiply it and we can display in the different array. Let me take some example now. You can use any of this. I have taken m equals to 1, 2, 3. I have taken 1, 2, 3. I am trying to do this example without map. Later on we will try to implement the same example using map. First let us see without using map how we can do the same solution. And next one, I am trying to write let area equals to some empty. In this I am trying to take an array of area that is an empty array. In this I am trying to iterate the list of array elements. Let I equals to 0, I less than the value here. So what is the value here? We have m dot length. We are just trying to iterate this. We are just trying to loop all the array elements. For each and every array element, I want to multiply some values. Like for example, let me take another variable name here. Let area also. Let area. Yes, let me take r or else. So in this, I'm trying to take are equals to. I'm trying to multiply each and every array values. Like I want to do some mathematical calculations here. I want to multiply those both values. What can I write? Area is equal to, yes, we have some array elements here. And what is the array name here? M of I star 5. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to take each and every array element, I'm trying to multiply it. And next one, I'm trying to push this thing in an empty array. Like once it is done, once the operation has been performed, I'm trying to push it. If you can see here, I'm just trying to iterate each and every array element. I'm trying to create a loop for this, and I'm trying to multiply it. So let me echo this, sorry. In the sense, let me console, yes, console dot, let me print area, right? Yes, we have an array. So I'm trying to read each and every array element, and I'm trying to multiply the value of 5 to each and every of it. Areas is not defined. Where areas is not defined? Sorry, here we don't have areas, right? What we have declared area is. Area we have written, yes. Can you see? For 1 it is multiplied, 2 and 3. So without using map we can do in this way. like we are trying to multiply each and every array element with this. Can we write the same code using map? Yes, we have a shorter syntax which allows us to use an anonymous function where the same operation we can perform. We can perform the same operation. For example, using this map, we can write any of the value. So can I create some same example similar to it? Let us create. See, I have taken mapa equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 in this array, map a dot map function index and value, like how we have done with this thing. In the same way we are trying to perform, and here I am trying to write return value star 5, value star 5. Now if I want to echo this, I am just trying to write the same thing in console.log mm. I will try to elaborate the syntax also. Can you see here? It is trying to multiply 0, 5, 10 and all the values. So we got each and every array value with this index, like map function value and index. So if you can see here, there is some mistake in this code. If you can see, first one we have value with map. We need to take value followed by index. That's all. We got it in the same as we have done vice versa of it. Now if you can see here, what we have done, we have taken a map where it is trying to do the operation, like using ES6 notation. Also we can write using arrow function in a small syntax. Though, can you differentiate between these two codes? So we can find the simpler way of doing a map. It means if I want to perform a same operation on each and every array element in the array, then we go with map. So it will be easy to perform the operation instead of using the traditional for loop and mapping each and every array element. Now if you can see here, so these are the list of array elements what we have discussed. So if you have any array methods which you want some discussion based on this concepts like array methods, you can just comment us below. Like we will try to solve it, and we will try to take much more clear examples so that it will be easy for us. So let us have a quick recap of what we have done so far. So let us start from the beginning. So we have started with array length method, which is used to define the length of an array, and the return type will be a number. Shift, we have taken a shift method. In this, it will try to remove the element at the first item of an array, in the sense first element of an array. Generally it will try to return the removed element whatever we have written. Next one is unshift. Unshift will try to add an item at the beginning. Shift and unshift is at beginning. Remember, shift and unshift is at beginning. So it adds the items at the beginning of an array, the unshift. Next one is pop. So the pop is used to remove an element at the end of an array. Push is used to insert an element at the end of an array. Next one is index of. Index of will try to search for a particular element is present in an array, and it will try to return the position of it. If it is not there, it will try to return as -1, and the return type is number here. Next one is last index of. It gives the last matching of an element in the index in the array, and it takes one argument. If it is not there, it will try to return as -1, or else it will try to return the output of first occurrence. Next one is includes. Includes will try to check if the element is there or not in an array. If it is there, it returns true. If not, it returns false. It takes only one argument. Whereas join. Join is used to convert the array into a form of string, like we can use any of the delimiter, star, hyphen, dollar, any of the delimiter here, and the return type of this would be a string. Next one is reverse. If we can take reverse here, it is try to print the elements in a reverse order, and the return type of this reverse would be an array here. Next one is concatenate. It is used to combine two or more arrays, and the return type of the concat would be an array here. Next one is for each. In order to retrieve the data from each and every array, we can use this for each loop. Next one is every. Every will try to take based upon the condition. If it is matching with the condition, it will try to return as true, or else false. It should be able to match with all the elements. If at least one array element is not satisfying the condition, it returns false. Some will try to check whether the array elements are based upon the particular condition or not, or else it will try to return as false. Next one, filter. Sorry for this. Filter is used to create a new array based upon the array condition satisfaction. Like for example, if the line number 90 has been satisfied with any of the array elements, it will try to create a new array of it. Next one we have discussed about slice. Slice will have two arguments. First one where we need to start, and the next argument where we need to end. In the sense, it will try to subtract both the values, that is first and the last two arguments, and it will try to remove those elements from the array. Splice will have three arguments. First one, how many to insert, delete and update. Next one we have discussed about a map. Here in the map we are trying to perform some operation. Without map, I have given you some example. Using the map we can do the same thing. Here if you can see here, we have taken an array here, and we are trying to iterate the same thing using a for loop. If we can do the same thing using map, we can perform in this way. Like we can take a callback function with a value and index, where it will try to iterate each and every array element. Like if you have any queries in this array methods, if you need any code or any examples, you can just comment us below or drop us a mail. Thank you.